Well folks, I just managed to shoot a whole video of weaving in ends on a stuffed toy without turning on the on button. So I no longer have an end to weave to show you, but I would like to show you that my technique really does disappear quite beautifully. So I'm just going to take this bit of yarn that I have attached and we're going to pretend we have an end. And we will deal with that. So I will actually in the end have two ends to deal with and be inconvenient for myself. All right, so how do I do this? What I do is I go through and I find a spot right beside where the yarn is coming out of that end, and usually between the decrease and something else there's a bit of a ladder, and I go in that little bit of a ladder, that little bit of a space between there. I dig around and I find a spot where I can see the running yarn between two stitches, and I go under it once and then I go under it again. And what that does is that creates a loop. And then what do we do with loops? Well, we like to make knots, don't we? Well, we actually like to knit loops, but I'm going to go through it once and I'm going to grab my thumb and my forefinger and I'm going to pull it down really nice and snug. And then all I do is I take my needle and I jam it through the gnome, through the body, and I make sure it comes out. So having jammed the needle through the body, I can pull it out. And then all I have to do to make that disappear, we've knotted it, now we pull it a little taut, cut it close to the body, and because we put that tension on it by pulling it tight, when we snip it, it just pops right back in and you can't see it. Happy knitting and happy gnoming.